All smoke, but no fire, as Zelensky emerges unbruised after Trump meeting. If there was a sign that Volodymyr Zelensky wasn't going to be immediately voted off the island of the Donald Trump's diplomacy show, it came early on when a familiar voice commended his choice of attire. President Zelensky, you look fabulous in that suit, said Brian Glenn, a pro-Trump pundit and member of the White House press corps, who had attacked him for wearing military fatigues during the infamous Oval Office meeting in February. I said the same thing, Trump added. You are in the same suit, Zelensky shot back, earning smiles and laughter from the room, including the U.S. president. I changed. You did not. Thus, Zelensky survived his media appearance at the White House, with Trump on Monday as U.S. president focused less on belittling the leader of a wartime ally than boosting, in many cases, exaggerating his exploits as a peacemaker in the world conflicts. Zelensky dressed reluctantly in a black military-style suit to appease sticklers for protocol in the White House, largely set by quietly as Trump claimed to have hammered out peace deals in 6 wars, including one the veteran real estate developer said that had taken place in the Republic of Congo. They did say that. From Trump, there was a hyperbole about his ability to broker peace deals. Discretions to internal U.S. political battles over mail-in ballots, nebulous declarations about how he would end the conflict, and evasions over how he would do that without negotiating a ceasefire. But there was no explosions, which meant for Zelensky, it probably went as well as it could have. Luckily, Zelensky had some help, as well as he was joined by the UK's Keir Starmer and the leaders of France, Germany, Italy, Finland, and the European Union in order to keep the discussion on track and to prevent a similar meltdown as took place in February. It was billed as European summit at the White House on Monday, but it might as well have been an intervention. The European leaders were all smiles as they arrived at the White House on Monday afternoon, but they were there to steer Trump away from being sweet-talked by Vladimir Putin into a bad deal on Ukraine and Europe.
Yo, when Trump, my bad to interrupt really quick. Go ahead. I'll let you go first.
Just looking at the meeting, man, it did seem like I knew that they were there because they understood what this was. Trump would try to bully Zelensky if he didn't have his allies behind him. You know, I'm not to say that Trump wouldn't try to overtalk these guys, but he understands these are our allies. At the end of the day, we need these guys. You got Putin, who just basically came in there and just steamrolled him at his meeting in Alaska with Putin. Pretty much came in there and said, you know what? I'm going to have your American troops bending down in front of my plane. They got pictures of them rolling out the red carpet for me. I got, you know, I mean, you pretty much gave me a ride in the motorcade. In the presidential motorcade, which no one's supposed to be able to go in like that, but he gave him a ride in the motorcade, everything, shaking his hand, tapping his hand, everything, just treating them like they're best of friends. But this is the same dude who hasn't listened to you not one time, makes fun of you, puts your wife and naked pictures of your wife on their state television, which he runs. You know what I mean? He doesn't have any respect for you. He doesn't have any respect for a person who's soft and weak. And the people who voted for this guy are just as soft and as weak as this dude is right here.
Yeah, I mean, you could see that after the meeting he had with Putin, it was low energy. They didn't take questions afterwards. Even the Fox News, and this is from Fox News, they're like, look, it looks like the president just got steamrolled. Like his energy's gone, this and this and that. Because, you know, he thought he was going to make this great deal with Putin, and Putin's just like,
he wasn't there to make one. He wasn't there to make one. You know what I mean? Like, and at the end of the day, he doesn't have to, because we're done. Because we sat by and have done nothing because Trump is in Putin's pockets, just like he's in Israel's pockets. He's in anyone's pockets who knows about the Epstein files or any other kitty or any other fraudster stuff he's done. That's why he tries to be so tough on crime. It's weird to me because in reality, you're a criminal, man. You've done so many criminal acts, it's ridiculous. But now you're some tough on crime guy. Stop it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, my hope was for us to be able to support Ukraine, because we understand that Russia is not our ally. They set up other countries to come against us. This is something that we're on a head-on collision, like we've been on with one with them forever. The next place that we're on a head-on collision with is China. This is just what it is. Not to say that I dislike China, or not to say that I even dislike Russia, but this is life. It is what it is.
China can take over. They were saying this, like, you know, he's so lenient on what Russia's doing and what Israel's doing in Gaza. You know, saying with the Gaza costs. that, you know, if China takes over Taiwan, what are you going to do? You can't just, because they were saying, if China takes over Taiwan and you try to stop that, then you can't count on the European Union to come in and even help you, because you're giving them so much crap right now. He's creating a lot of rift with you know, all our peoples that you know are our allies around the world. And think about it. Supposedly, I'm telling you, he's not going to leave. But like when he gets out of office, the damage will be done. They'll be like, no, we're not messing with y'all no more.
Can't trust
you. Never know. In 4 years, someone else might come in and do the same thing again. We're done with y'all.
They're looking at like, you know what? Putin just said, oh, you know what? I can go invade a country, kill a bunch of people, threaten America with any kind of nuclear war, and I'll still be welcome into America with open arms and can go in there and tell you, no, I'm not doing anything you say, and then get on the podium, speak first, and tell you that nothing's going to happen here. He ran that thing. Something is like, there's something amiss between those two. He's afraid of him, just like his wife is afraid of him. There's a reason why. Something's going on. They know something about you, just like
they
have
know information
something
on him. Think about it. They're not the only ones that have videos of Donald Trump allegedly peeing on people and stuff and doing things like this. This stuff is probably circulated. You could pay enough money to get that kind of stuff. You know, so they probably had it before he was even thinking about running for president.
Absolutely.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Like, you never know. I mean,
they paid, they're giving him a bunch of money to be able to stay in business, man. He got a bunch of money from mobs. They know that you got criminal stuff in your background. They know where all the bodies are. They understand that. And we all know that.
TV put naked pictures up of his wife on their TV, and he didn't even say nothing.
And they continue to do it. And this is their state-run TV. So this is,
but they want to sue Hunter Biden for repeating what a biographer said.
They don't, because they know they have no power there. He's powerless. I've never seen him. I mean, at the end of the day, today's meeting was a decent meeting, but it's a weak meeting when you listen to this guy talk about there's going to have to be concessions, there have to be this, there have to be that, because you're weak. You're a feckless president. You talk a lot about Joe Biden, but did way more than you did. He hurt our enemies 10 times more than what you have. Period, plain and simple. You know what? The funny part about it is Russia's not going to even be able to hold on to the land that they got. That's the funny part about it. The land that they've obtained, they don't even have the bodies to be able to hold on to it. That's the thing about it. Just wait them out now. They killed a lot of and wounded and injured a lot of Russians. This is the problem. And there's a lot of Ukrainians that have been killed and hit
over 1 million.
And at the same time, but you don't have the manpower to keep all the land you got. And that's the bigger thing right there. Over a course of time, they'll get all that back in spades.